I think that the GPU challenge has been at the center of several decades of kind of growth and pauses in terms of innovation in this area. And so I do think it's an interesting moment that we're at, but to scale it, we are certainly going to have to crack that nut in terms of how we can lower the costs and how we can manage data more efficiently. And perhaps it's going to be that next layer of applying maybe machine learning in some form or fashion to make those more human-like inferences, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you talk about data. I think that's another challenge we have with data, because now we have data that's not able to cross borders as
Hmm.
easily as it used to be, for good or bad, and bad, right? Because in some ways, data could be accessed anywhere, anytime, with very little limitations, which introduces, privacy issues, right? Now we've gone the other way. It's like now we want to make sure the data is private, that we have control over it, ability to be forgotten, all that. But now we have basically a decoupling of regulations, right? So different jurisdictions, whether it's Europe, Japan, U.S., China, all of these have different ways of manipulating data, and each of those have to be taken care of separately. So it introduces a lot of cost, it introduces a lot of complexity, and if you put your foot, in the wrong direction from a regulatory perspective, that means that you're not compliant. So
Yeah.
that means you can't roll out your product. That means you can't drive that innovation. So I think there's a lot of complexity now that's actually involved in the processing and ensuring data not only is private, but kind of meets the regulations
Hmm.
in different jurisdictions. So it's not, so a solution built in Japan might not necessarily translate to another jurisdiction. You might need to completely rewrite it, which creates silos, right? And
Yeah.
silos, drives down, innovation. So it's this, how do you balance, a global solution like a big company would want to, if you want to scale, you need to have like one solution that drives
Yeah.
everything, versus customizing for each and every use case, each and every jurisdiction.